What is good, Nim fam? Welcome to this week's Hot or Not. In this video, we take a look at the big decisions ahead of Double Game Week 7 and discuss which of your FPL players to boost, roll or trade, including some of the best teams to target. So let's get into this. Well, let's kick off with Kieran Trippier. The guy was on absolute fire against Sheffield United. I wasn't sure about his price tag coming into this season and he's now 6.6 million. However, if he continues on this form and with great fixtures of Burnley, West Ham and Palace ahead, as well as a pretty tasty sea of green all the way until game week 20, it may be Trippier time again. Though can we fit him in with the likes of Salah and Haaland? For people in my position, it may take a little bit of moving around some of those pieces, which may leave a dilemma of if to choose to go with Salah or Trippier in the short term, or be strong-armed into a wildcard. For those of you that have wildcarded already, let me know if you'll find it easy to get him in now, or did you actually have him in on your wildcard? And if you do you also have Salah? Let me know in the comments below because I'm quite interested to know that. Since the start of the season, Trippier has had 17 attempted assists and 3 big chances created. 5 of those attempted assists and 2 of those big chances created were against Sheffield United. I guess is whether we feel this is the start of something new now for Newcastle, or if Sheffield United just opened the doors wide open to Newcastle and invited in the Toon Army for a party. Either way, Trippier will be a boost player this week and one of the most transferred in players. Alright, so Sonny is my warm boost player this week. This could have been Salah again, but I wanted to switch things up for my Nim fans. Sonny will be a boost. But will he come above, say, the likes of Trippier or Salah as a transfer for this Double Game Week 7? I'm not so sure. The Liverpool fixture may put some people off. I wouldn't let it put me off personally. As shown in the North London derby, this Spurs team loves a big game fixture. 3 shots in the box and 2 on target against Arsenal, resulting in 2 goals for a brace. It's only a shadow of the 12 shots in the box and 7 on target that Sonny has had since the beginning of the season. You may be in the same situation as me. You may be losing some patience with the United midfield. They feel like potentially they could be the ones to sell unless we get some more news on that Saka injury. And if your plan is to get Trippier, then it's not so easy potentially to go straight to Salah. Maybe Sonny could be that midway man until game week 9 and then you can reassess on that midfield. Or maybe you can fit in Son, Salah and Trippier, you lucky people. Gosh, that wildcard is looking very tempting right now. Before we get into the rolls and trades this week, please check out the sponsors of this video, Fantasy Football Fix, where you can follow the world's best FPL managers team reveals live. Link is in the description below. I touched upon the United midfield and losing patience with them. I've placed Bruno in the hold here just because if Saka is injured and you own, say, Bruno or Rashford, then Saka could make way first for a Son or a Salah. I also was so impressed by Bruno's play on the weekend. The problem with selling the likes of a Rashford or a Bruno is that they have the potential to hurt in any given game week, especially in a game week where they are at home. Palace have struggled away so far this season, and since the start of the season, Bruno has had 8 shots on target and 8 in the box. Maybe you could hold Bruno for Palace and reassess. If United don't look better at home, they then do have another home fixture, so if they're going to be struggling in one game at home, it's a potential that they may also struggle in another, and then you could consider maybe hopping off for a bit. That Sheffield fixture looks nice in game week 9 given what Newcastle has just done to them, but then I think City and Fulham could be quite tough for them. In short, I'd be tempted to give the United mids one more game week. However, I don't hate the idea of selling them either. I'm so disappointed to be saying this, but it looks like Ben Chilwell might be a trade. I was so excited to have him back in my team this season and he started great. But all of a sudden, with new systems and Chelsea defence struggling and Chilwell being dropped, it just seems to have seen his points fallen off of a cliff. I hopped off last game week, but I have to be honest, it was a bit of a leap of faith. I couldn't be sure that he was going to be benched again and that he may or may not haul. With Gusto now picking up a red card for Chelsea, I only see that Chelsea defence struggling more and more unless something really changes. If you don't have Newcastle defence, then I think there's nothing wrong with the trade of Chilwell to a Newcastle defender this game week. And so it happened. We said in last week's Hot or Not that it looked likely that Jackson would get that 5th yellow for a ban, and we were not wrong. He'll now have to serve that 1-match ban against Fulham. And whilst that Burnley fixture looks incredibly tasty, Arsenal, Spurs, Man City and Newcastle are all coming in the next 7 game weeks for Chelsea. Unless you have a third striker option, there's just way too many better forward options around Jackson's price to consider at the moment trading him onto. The likes of Wilson, Alvarez, Watkins and even Morris for this double game week if you fancied the double game week punt. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, it's time to leave. So to sum it up, the boost players this week are Salah, Son and Newcastle defence. Consider rolling on the likes of United if you have the patience, and Mbeumo because there are a couple of players around Mbeumo's price in Diaby or Ward-Prowse which you could move on to, who will have better fixtures after this game week. Sell the likes of Jackson and Chilwell and move off of the likes of Martinelli now that we know that he'll be out for a while, and also keep your eyes open for any Saka injury news. I will hopefully be live here on Friday afternoon as I was last week, and if I have any Saka information I will be bringing it to you guys. The teams to look at focusing on getting in for this game week are Newcastle, Spurs and Liverpool, mainly Salah, Manchester City if you're not already loaded up, and Luton if you fancy the double game week punt, of course. Who do you think is a hot or not? I'll make a poll on YouTube and let me know in the comments below too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of this was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Nim fam. I'm on the road to 10k and you're really helping me out. Become a ride or die. Until next time, Nimfria out.